Right, good afternoon everyone. It's just after lunch. And I'm standing down here at the bobby calf pen / old cow shed. Today we've had a bit of rain during the day, and last night, no, the night before we had 20 mils, so it's got a bit soupy again, but that's alright. It's still nice and warm. I heard on the radio that this week was meant to be New Zealand's coldest week. Well, we haven't seen the cold yet, so I suspect it's still coming. Anyways, a bit of history about this building. This is actually an old cow shed, so my dad and my grandfather used to milk in here. I do remember as a kid washing the yard and actually not milking cows but being in the pit in this cow shed. So I think it used to be a 16-a-side herringbone, but obviously now it's a bobby calf pen with a timber slatted floor that my dad put in it. It's a very good place for a bobby calf pen because it's nice and dry. So we've got a few bobby calves in here at the moment. So bobby calves are calves that we can't keep. Generally they're bulls. We don't have any use for the bulls, so they go off to the works. And if we had a use, we would do something. But if you read all these calves, you would have a huge amount of animals on farm. Like we just wouldn't be able to sustain that. So unfortunately they have to go to the works. Yeah, so today we've got to put a bit of mesh down on the floor. A lot of this has already got reinforcing mesh on it. There's a couple of patches down here. There's one patch there and another patch here that needs a bit of mesh. It's just got a bit slippery. Over the years I've put a bit of mesh in here just to make it a bit better. And also we've got to do mesh on this floor up here. So the bobby calf pen here needs mesh putting on it. So this is actually the bobby calf pen, so this is where they go and get loaded on the truck. So the truck backs up here and they walk onto the truck. So we're going to put mesh all through here. We don't need to worry about the ramp because it's actually got 4x2s on it to give it a bit of grip. And another job we've got to do out here is before we moved here, so we've been here, this is our start of our third season, that post got snapped. So we're going to temporarily fix it. We're going to pull it back with the ute and put a stay on it, and yeah, just fix it up, because one of the truck drivers said that when they had that easterly wind coming from that direction, it was blowing this door shut when they were trying to push calves onto the truck. So we're going to have a go at fixing that. You can see it's all been pushed back because these timbers have all got closer together on this side, so we shall sort it out. So you can see it used to, that there used to latch into there. So we've still got a little bit we can move, I think. Started to open up a bit there. Give it a little bit more of a pull. Get in there. Bit of tension on that, but we've pulled it back. I've pulled it back a bit further than what it should be. It was sitting about there, but I've pulled it back a bit further because I'd imagine that when we put the stays on and let it go, it'll probably go back a bit. So, but that should be a lot better. So we'll just get some stays on it now somehow. Really need to stay it back to the bottom back there. Alright, so that's where it stands at the moment. I've put a stay in here. I'm going to put more in. I actually want to put a block between here because that's a 4x4 timber. I want to put a block between there, and then potentially put one underneath this one to the front, so that it's pushing against the whole building. Because at the moment, if the truck hits against it, it actually just snaps off and slides back. So I'm just going to release it and see how far it goes back. And I've removed, there was a latch there. I'm going to actually just put a bit of timber with a hole there, just a bit more simple. Well, it went back a little bit, but not too far. I think it's actually back where it originally was, because I think that cutout was put there for the bolts that go through. So I'm going to probably put a bit of 4x2 on its edge there, just to catch that pin there. Right, so it's not very pretty, but it's going to work. So truck backs into this pole, and it's going to transfer it onto this post, through that post, onto this piece of wood, and onto this 4x4 which is on the corner. So hopefully that, you know, takes a bit more of the abuse that the loading ramps get from trucks backing into them. It's the nature of the job. But I've got the door sorted. So I've just put that block there, so they put it like that so it doesn't blow shut in the wind. And I've nailed down all the other slats that were broken, spread them back out. So now I'm going to put some mesh down. Alright, so I got the mesh down. Should be a huge improvement. Got the loading rates all sorted, so the truck drivers will be happy now. Not too many issues. So yeah, I'm going to head up the farm and do a few jobs, but yeah, good job done. Alright, so I'm just here in the classrooms. Someone had asked what actually was wrong with number 6. Just seeing, we took a blood sample off her, it got it sent away. So I thought it would have been eczema, but the results came back, it wasn't eczema. She's been treated for ketosis, so I think I'm using Ketomax. I think that's what it's called. She's still a little bit off her milk, and she's still a bit light, as you can see. And the blood test actually showed up that she was actually very low on calcium. So that's quite strange, because normally low on calcium is milk fever, I believe. So yeah, I'm not sure why she's still standing. But anyway, so she's been treated at the moment with Ketomax. So we'll just see how she goes, see if she picks up. She's still eating, obviously. You can see her standing right here eating. So yeah, but yeah, so that's number 6. So this is where the lates were. You would have seen one of the recent videos, me letting them into a break there. So there's a bit of the paddock left here, so we're going to send the milkers up. They'll come up and clean this up, and then they'll either stay here for the whole time, or else I'll take them back and they can have some new grass just to top them up. So yeah, it's not the best quality feed, but it's feed. Alright, so here's the springers. I can only see one calf. I can't see any cows that are look like they're in trouble. We've got 85 here left to calve, and then we've got, I think there's 10 or 11 at the runoff, so we've got about 95 left. So I'm not going to go in there and disturb them. But someone asked me, do I have help on farm? Yes, I do. My dad helps me milk the colostrums, and then he does the wash up for me. And then while he's doing the wash up, I come and do the springers, and I shift the colostrum fence, sort out the milkers, lock them up, whatever, whatever's got to be done. And Suzanne rears the calves, so she gets the kids off to school, drops them at the bus, and then rears, feeds the calves. So my main job is just to get cows and calves sorted, any other things that need sorting on farm. Yeah, so it's really good that my dad helps, because it is great having someone else in the shed just to help get heifers sorted and all that sort of carry on. Just speeds it up a little bit. So yeah, I do have help on farm. Yeah, so my dad will actually stop when we get to the point where I can just get these in quite easily. My dad will stop coming up and milking, and then he'll come up again during mating. So he'll come up and milk while I draft out cows to be mated. So he does 3 weeks then. So yeah, it's a great help, very much appreciated. So yeah, that's probably going to be it for this video. I'm going to head home now, going to catch up with the kids, have some dinner. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you somewhere else on the farm. See ya.